So there's a rumor going out there, and the black pill blobs are running with it like it's real news that somehow Dave Filoni stabbed John Favreau in the back and that John Favreau's gone. And Dave Filoni allied with Kathleen Kennedy and stabbed George Lucas in the back. Well, that's not true. None of it's true. And the reason why I know it's not true is because if you watch Ahsoka fairly, you know it's not true. If you look at everything that's been going on with Kathleen Kennedy being publicly humiliated by Steven Spielberg on purpose, to the lawsuits being filed against Lucasfilm, to basically Kennedy selling her house, the showcase house in Malibu, and just a general lack of leaks going on. You know there's something going on, and you know it's not because of any of these lies. When Jon Favreau came to Disney and said, I can fix it, let me try, came up with The Mandalorian, you notice in this picture, George is sitting in the front with all of them. He has been involved, at least in a sort of a Jedi Master Emeritus position. But the stuff being said about Dave Filoni is slander and libel. None of it's true. It's made up by people who want to do everything they can to keep the hate and rage porn going, and it's disgraceful. Why would Dave Filoni do that to George Lucas? Throw him under the bus. I mean, and it goes back to Kathleen Kennedy's the most powerful woman in Hollywood, because they can't accept the fact that Steven Spielberg made her look stupid. All right, they can't accept the fact that basically that was where her reputation was thrown under the bus by the people that helped her get to where she was, because she did everything she could to hijack what George did and make it her own, and she failed miserably. Okay, Spielberg didn't do that because he was being forgetful. He knew exactly that she was standing there, and George was there too, so he could be part of it. So was Harrison Ford, 3 guys that she screwed over, and 2 of them at least way more than once, and there you go. And I'm not even go over the fact that Jon Favreau is very much part of whatever's going on at Lucasfilm right now. He's got his parking spot there. He shows up. He's got other things going on. The rumor is Ahsoka season 2 is a go when the strikes are over. But hey, let's pretend that that's all bullshit. Let's pretend that the fake numbers coming from Samba TV are real, because Nielsen hasn't dropped their numbers yet. But okay, all right, just let's pretend that the black pill blobs who wouldn't exist without rage porn, whose channels wouldn't exist without rage porn, are right. But they're not. They have absolutely no idea what's going on. And actually, those of us who are kind of in the know with, Sparrow's leaks, Bluebird's leaks, with Raven's leaks, we're the ones that we don't even really know what's going on, okay? But what we've been told by Sparrow and what we know just from the public things out there, it's pretty obvious that Kennedy's done. And the attacks on Dave Filoni, because he isn't George Lucas's heir. He was never the Padawan everybody says. Yes, he was. George loves him like his own son. Okay, just that this imaginary bullshit to me is just it really just pisses me off because it's not true. But hey, you know what? If it bleeds, it leads. They don't care if it's a lie or not. Jon Favreau's gone. No, he's not. Everybody would know it. The rags would print it. Okay, he's not gone anywhere. That is a figment of somebody's imagination. Let me ask you guys a question. Would it be out of the realm of possibility for the grounded monkeys to start that rumor and then give it to somebody like, Jason Ward to spread. And because it's something that the black pill blobs would actually believe because they're too stupid to go, what the fuck is really going on here? They would run with it, and the people spreading the misinformation, because that's what it is. In my opinion, either a black pill blob himself or herself made it up, and then some other idiot ran with it, or this came from inside Lucas.
For 10 long weeks, the Star Wars company labored on the suburban London sound stages, bringing to life a film that had begun as an idea with George Lucas 3 years before.
Impressive. Most impressive.
And if it did come from inside Lucasfilm, you're helping the enemy. And look, this is obviously something somebody made up. And, I could actually see a black pill making this shit up just because it's something they would make up. I could see Jason Ward getting marching orders from Carrie Beck or whomever to spread this rumor out, to cause strife between John and Dave, or to spread it to the fans who are angry. Okay? To try to get Dave either fired or try to get John to leave. I could see that. But if you're a fan that made this up because you don't like Ahsoka, find another series. Just find another franchise. But, in the immortal words of whomever, go away. Okay? This rage porn is getting boring. I get emails every day from people saying, why do the black pills keep doing this? It's like, because it makes them money. And as long as people believe that the world sucks, they're going to go to channels like that. But even if it's at its worst, the world doesn't suck. Okay? It's the world. It is what it is. All right? You can always find something good about it. And Ahsoka's a good show. And, I'm sorry if it bothers you that it's got a season 2. Go ahead. If that pisses you off, or if you don't believe it, because Samba TV numbers, Nielsen will have the right numbers, okay? Nielsen hasn't posted them yet, and when Nielsen does, then we'll know. So there you go. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but here's another thing. What does it say about somebody who continually lies about people, puts words in their mouth, or speculates something that isn't true about them? You're a bad person if you do that. People have done that to me just lately, okay? I'm not going to call them out. You all know who they are. It's petty, small, and it's very dark and evil, in my opinion. Okay, if you don't like what I got to say, scroll past, okay? If you want to make me a target, you might end up getting a copyright strike on your own channel, okay? Because I'm sick of it, all right? I am not the bane of your existence. The person in the mirror that you see every morning, that's the bane of your existence. Just like when you say shitty things about Dave Filoni, whom you've never met, who, loves George Lucas as a second father. When you say shitty things about him and say he stabbed George in the back and allied with Kennedy and Favreau's gun, you're saying gossip is a sin. Okay, it's right up there with, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Okay? So stop doing that. You don't know what's going on. Here's what we know. I'll give you this short. Kennedy's selling her house. Steven Spielberg, in front of God and everybody in Los Angeles at the Indy 5 premiere, humiliated her and her husband in front of George and Harrison Ford because she screwed every one of those guys over, and more than once, okay? That's what we know for sure, okay? We know that journalists have told Kamran Pasha and others that Kennedy's in real deep doo-doo. They're not kidding. I would speculate they're not allowed to talk about it yet. Matt Bellany is sort of, kind of indirectly made comments about her. And it's like, okay, what's, why would you guys believe Favreau's out? You need to. He's not going anywhere, okay? He's not. And it's just absolutely mind-boggling how, if this got started with the angry militants at Lucasfilm, why you guys would believe it. Where did it come from? If it came from Jason Ward, why would you believe anything that guy said? If it came from, some angry, whacked out YouTuber, because it's not the EU or some shit like that, why would you believe them? There's absolutely no public evidence of any of this beyond a YouTuber not liking Ahsoka, not liking Mando Season 3, and, actually believing the mythology that somehow Kenobi breaks canon. And I've had jackasses show up saying it does. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Did you watch the show? And I guaranteed none of these motherfuckers have ever watched the show. Okay, guarantee it. Okay, so this is my statement about Filoni. He hasn't gone rogue against George. He hasn't stabbed Jon Favreau in the back. So please, knock it off. And instead of hating everything and making everything about your hatred, because then I question, do you have a narcissistic personality disorder? And if you do, why don't you go find a psychiatrist and fix it? Or learn to deal with it, learn to cope. Why don't you just enjoy things? And if you don't enjoy things, stop watching it. Stop talking about it. Okay? Why? Because as Mazar said, when I have someone talking to me about something they hate, and they have a YouTube channel, I'm paraphrasing right now, and they are rage porning about it, it's about money. And that sickens me. Okay? Why? Because you are literally the bottom of the barrel then. Okay? This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.